If you want to get a sales license, as you know, you have to get a good solid 70% C- on your examination. When you want to come back and get your broker's license, you must have a minimum of 3 years' experience. How many years' experience do you have to have? The answer is 3. However, you could waive out some of that experience with equivalent experience in something else. Now, don't misunderstand me. You always have to have 3 years minimum experience. However, if you have 2 years of something else, like a real estate attorney or perhaps a CPA that does real estate type of items and a mortgage loan officer and whatnot, you could have 1 year real estate experience and 2 years of that, and that would waive it out for a total of 3. But you have to have 3 years experience. Don't get messed up here. You must have 3 years full-time experience to get a broker's license, and they have a point system in how they determine full-time. It's a possibility in our state, if you want to get a non-resident license, either broker or sales. If you get a non-resident broker's license, you have to take at least the Utah law portion. You have to get a Utah trust account. You have to get your name cleared here, although you do not have to have an office here, but you must maintain your records here somewhere. If you're going to get a non-resident sales license, then what happens on that non-resident sales license is that you can only hang with the actual broker that you're working with, so in your other state. So, for example, if you're from Idaho and you want to sell Utah Bear Lake property, your Idaho broker would have to get a Utah non-resident license, and then you would have to get a Utah non-resident sales license as well. When your license comes, it's going to be issued to you, and it's going to have 2 pieces, a big piece and a small piece. The big piece we used to call the wall license. We don't have to hang them on the wall anymore. You can just keep them in a file at the office, but we still call it the wall license anyway. That you have to take into your broker. Even though you give it to your broker, it's still within your control and it's your license. If you choose to move to another company, then you have to take that with you and give it to your new broker. If you have an inactive license, you can't do any real estate activity because you're inactive. In order to do real estate activity, you must have an active license, which means you have to affiliate with a broker. However, you could put it inactive, and all you have to do is pay your fees every 2 years, and then when you want to get active, there's a procedure you go through to catch up on your CE credit. Your licenses are good for 2 years. Every 2 years you have to renew that license, and when you renew the license, you have to have CE credit. Usually it's 9 core hours, so there's 9 elective hours that you can do something else. If you're ever revoked for any reason whatsoever, you have to wait 5 years before you could start again. When you do start again, if you were a broker, you start over again as an agent.